Hey, this is Andreas Kisser from Sepultura. You're watching Bloodstock TV.
Welcome back to Bloodstock TV. I am sitting here with Andreas from Sepultura.
How are you, man?
Lovely
Good
to
be
have you,
here.
man. Lovely to have you. No strangers to Bloodstock at all. Let's just we'll get to talk about you coming back to the festival. But as always, you are just ferociously busy. You've been touring like crazy ever since the lockdown lifted. I think I saw you with just the end of last year with Sacred Reich and Crowbar, and you've just been over in North America. So my question is the Quadra cycle kind of coming to an end now, the touring cycle, or is there
No,
loads
hopefully
more
not.
plans? I mean, touring-wise.
No, I mean, the idea is really to stretch as much as we can. Of course, the lockdown was really something that happened to all of us. Not only for Sepultura. So we have to adapt ourselves. We did an album on the lockdown period, just like jamming together with friends. Old shit from Sepultura and etc. But the Quadra album is still very strong. People are really excited to see the songs live. We are excited to play the songs live, and we're playing a lot of the songs on the set list. And next year we're gonna celebrate 40 years of a career. So the idea is to put out a live album.
Oh, okay.
We're actually recording everything right now. We're recording every show. It's great that nowadays, because of technology, we have this possibility. So we don't have really to be attached or limited to one or two gigs, to record a live set. So the idea is really to collect recordings from all over the world and prepare a really nice celebration release, of our history, of our music. So new songs or a new album, I don't even see happening in
I was going to say it's going to take you months to just go through all of that material anyway. And
Yeah, I mean, we already are. I mean, I'm trying to be as much organized as I can. We have this Dropbox file with the music. I have an Excel file with all the dates and all the songs. When you have the songs fresh on your mind, you make some notes. Broken string here, shitty sound there, or whatever.
Yeah.
So at least we have a kind of a map where to start. So it's exciting. I mean, Sepultura doesn't have a proper live album per se. We have like DVDs, here and there. We have the Barcelona stuff, which is very old, and but I think it's a tradition of, when I grew up, my favorite albums were all live albums. No Sleep to Hammersmith, a live 1 and 2 from Kiss,
Thin Lizzy.
Thin Lizzy, you name it.
Yeah.
Many great albums made in Japan.
It was like 60s, 70s, early 80s was very much about the live albums.
Yeah.
And then there's not a lot of bands do that. So I think it's if you can
why? Because I mean the thing of the image of the YouTube, whatever, it kind of killed that, because we were from Brazil. We didn't see any of those shows, and to have a live album and to dream about to be there, to listen to the people screaming, it creates this atmosphere for us, and that's what we want to try to do, do like a vinyl is back, to do really nice package with a lot of photos and really show where we go. I mean, we go everywhere in the world. We visited 80 countries so far,
It's crazy.
Almost 40 years of a career.
Yeah.
And now at the end of September, we go to Singapore for the first time,
For the very first time.
For the very first time.
Wow.
So still a first,
Yeah.
after so long. So it's exciting, it's great.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Look, one of the things that grabbed me about Sepultura, like showing my age now, way back, I think the first time I saw you was Hammersmith, when it was called Hammersmith Odeon,
that
on the
was
Arise
beautiful,
tour. It's just been, I was hooked from that day onward, but it was, I always find, regardless of the lineup changes, all that stuff that happened, that the band never ever repeat themselves ever.
That's true, yeah.
And especially with the last couple of albums,
Definitely.
I mean, it's just, you've gone right through the ceiling of
It's just the Sepultura spirit, man.
Yeah.
This is what Sepultura is all about,
But do you find like it's a challenge to, like, say, okay, you have said there's nothing about new album as of yet, but that when you're approaching a new album and writing, to just be considerate of everything that you've done and try and see how far you can take it. Can you push it a little bit further into something that is totally new territory?
Yeah, I mean that's not a pressure at all. I think that's a natural sequence of events. Pressure will be to try to copy ourselves, try to do a Chaos AD or a Roots album again, trying to repeat ourselves and try to create something that is not there anymore. I mean, respecting the present, respecting the moment, the new elements, the new people we meet, the new places we go. That's the beauty of it all, Celebrate life, celebrate this atmosphere which is so alive, and that's why we're still here. I think we are in our best momentum. That's why we're putting out a live album, because we feel this lineup, it's so tight.
Absolutely.
We're enjoying ourselves so much on stage and off stage as well. There are no bullshit, separate dressing rooms or buses and stuff. We're all together. We enjoy ourselves, And this is what Sepultura is all about. I mean, all the rest is just bullshit and opinions,
Yeah.
Which I respect them all, of course. I don't agree with them all, but I think Sepultura is a very honest thing. It's a very truthful thing, I wouldn't be here try to be a clown of myself, trying to repeat stuff that I did 20 or 30 years ago. I'm here now, today, and it's very exciting, It's a great momentum for us, and I'm very happy we have this possibility to put out this live album next year, to celebrate what Sepultura is all about, music and meeting fans all over the world, which is what keeps us motivated and here doing what we do.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, speaking of all the stuff that you've said there about your career, I mean, you've had an amazing career. Just loads of amazing milestones and highlights, and even just one that pops into mind is just filling in for Scott on the Big Four shows. I mean, that alone is just like fucking hell, man. But if you were to particular highlights that stick out as kind of major milestones for you, I know you encompassing the whole career, but even right now, what's the first thing that pops into your head as being just a big milestone moment for you in your life?
Wow, man. It's a hard one. A hard one because there's a lot of them, thankfully and luckily. We achieved so many different things, and I guess surviving the pandemic as a band was really our highlight, because I'll never picture Sepultura being a band without touring. I mean, we are a touring band.
Yeah.
We like to be on the road. We like to be on stage. And all of a sudden, the lockdown took away that from us with the new album, with everything ready to go, But reinvented ourselves, working from home, doing the Sepultura every Wednesday. We did that event, talking to our fans, jamming our music. An album came out of it, So I guess we exercise that when the big door closes, 10 other doors opens. We just have to look around and see new possibilities. And we kind of improve ourselves, not only professionally as a band, but as people, really to face our challenges and get over it even better than we were before,
Yeah.
So I think Sepultura, the album, I think represents that, Because Sepultura is an album that was not recorded in a studio, neither live, There are people recording in their bathrooms, vocals and drums and stuff like that. It's a very unique album. And it's so unique because nobody knew we were doing an album, even ourselves, So it's very spontaneous. Every time we go to the studio, we try to be as spontaneous as much as we can, but it's very hard, because we are in the studio, we have the tendency for details and stuff. But Sepultura, no. Sepultura was completely free, completely natural, So it's a very special album. And I think represents what Sepultura can do, in very difficult situations. We can create possibilities that can keep the band going, the band working, the band, mentally healthy, because it was very difficult times for everyone, But keep working like that way. It kept the band alive and strong, It was great.
Yeah, absolutely. Just wanted to talk to you about that era of the 90s, and it was one of my favorite eras for the particular reasons that it was very hard to access an awful lot of underground and heavy music. There were certain areas like Headbangers Ball, there was magazines and fanzines, and you'd find that very distant long wave radio station and that was playing something in Germany or Luxembourg. Yeah. And like I just find now that like the mystery is sort of gone, and you have to nearly show everyone what you're having for breakfast. It's the demand for.
I hate that.
Yeah, but like, do you having been, in a very popular band through that time to where you are now, do you miss that sort of anonymity of there's certain things that you fucking don't need to know about, and it's about the music? And do you think it affects the way people consume and digest Sepultura's
this is
music?
what I'm talking about, the live situation, the live albums that are listened in Brazil, like creating my dreams. I didn't have any idea how the backstage was and what the guys did before or after the show. You always have the stories and stuff, and that creates so much fantasy, that kept us motivated to do the best that we could. I knew later that the live albums, most of them was not even live,
Don't know what you're talking about.
So, yeah. But it doesn't matter. I mean, it creates that atmosphere. It creates that the dream of being there and of screaming together and stuff. And I love that. I mean, that's what I'm trying to create with this live album that we're gonna put out next year. I just want to do the audio and no video, because it's gonna be a lot of songs from many different parts of the world. And try to bring that magic back. Vinyl is back.
It is.
Who knew?
You can tell my wife that.
Like
it
a
is
few
back.
years ago, it was like vinyl is completely gone and dead, and now it came so strong back, So I think it's a perfect timing to do that,
Yeah, absolutely, man. I just want to check: is Sepultura inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in? Have you ever been
in the States in
Yeah.
Cleveland? No, I don't think so.
If you were asked to do that, I mean, would you? Is that something that you'd be delighted about, or Bruce Dickinson recently was like, I'm not into it.
I see Sepultura more or less like Kiss, in the respect that so many members, so many different people around, and Kiss didn't accept the way the Hall of Fame treated Kiss. They only treat the 70s Kiss as the only Kiss.
Yeah.
And that's bullshit, And I think they were right, Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons, not to perform because not everybody was there, I would love to do a celebration with everyone, not only a part of the band, because we're still here. I mean, we're still doing even better stuff that we did in the 90s, in my humble opinion, Everything's more organized. We have a great crew. We have great managers, a great label. Everything is really locked. We can go on stage and really enjoy ourselves without thinking about extra stupid stuff. And I see it's. I lost my line of thought. What was the question?
It was just about if you were invited to be inducted into the
Hall of Fame,
would you do it? Like, is it something that you?
I'll do it the same as Kiss. I mean, either you take it all or you take nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, we are here to celebrate our life, not a part of our life. It's stupid. Who are you to define what Sepultura is? And but I really don't care too much about that. I mean, we got I go to my house. I have like some awards and stuff.
Yeah.
They pass and go and stuff, and we're still here jamming. I appreciate, of course, the knowledge that we do something different or do something special, but I'm not a musician for that.
The award is actually just performing and playing and.
Yeah, of course. The award is here today to be on the stage like this. To face with the fans. See them screaming and singing the new lyrics and the old lyrics and stuff. What else can I ask,
That's living the dream, really.
Yeah, fantastic.
Well, look at. With that being said, thank you for coming back to Bloodstock. It's going to be an awesome set, and yeah, we would love to see you in the future back at Bloodstock again. And no doubt, if there's any news that comes up beforehand, we'll probably talk again. But for the moment, 2024 live album on the way.
That's the idea, that's the plan, and very soon we're going to have more details about it, but we're working on it already.
Fantastic. Well, get in touch or stay in touch with the band's socials and website for all of the upcoming information on that. But Andreas, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us at Bloodstock TV. Thank you, and we'll be back soon.